Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. This video, Saturday, August 7th, MLB games. We have 16 of them. Before we do, go down there, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new to this. We do these recap videos every morning. Try to fire through them really quickly. Obviously, 16 games takes a little bit of time. We do these normally a little bit earlier, but it's Sunday, so it's the one day of the week I usually sleep in an hour or two. So let's just jump into it. Lots of baseball to go through. Each team having their own stories. The Yankees starting us off yesterday during the day with a 5-4 win over the Mariners. This is the third game in a row where the Mariners had a lead over the Yankees and end up blowing it somewhat later in the game. They were up 4-1 early off the bat of Kyle Seager's 24th home run of the season. There was a lot of question marks because Henny gave up another home run right away, and it looked like one that would only be a home run in Yankees ballpark. But after that, he settled in, and Judge comes in, does get a solo shot in that first inning, his 23rd of the season, before the Yankees don't really get to pile any more on until that sixth inning when Odor hits a 2-run shot, and they add a couple more in there as well. Henny goes 6, 4 and runs 9 Ks, where Flexen goes 5, 307 Ks. It's a decent outing for Flexen, and honestly, he had left the game with a no decision, and Misowitz gets charged with a blown save in the rest of that inning. He doesn't quite get out of that sixth inning, so after that 2-run shot to Odor, they pull him. Still had the lead at the time, but they're going to get the loss, and it's a tough loss for the Mariners in that wild card race. White Sox 4, Cubs 0, so the White Sox just blank the Cubs offense. They put up a couple rounds, nothing too crazy, but Cesar Hernandez is a nice 2-hit RBI night. Moncada does hit a couple RBIs himself. Hernandez, 20th home run of the season in the 8th inning, and Brady with 21st as well. Both solo shots coming in that 8th inning for a couple insurance runs. We do see Kimbrel come back in there and throw a shutout inning, a couple of strikeouts, and Tempera. So you're seeing a couple of the guys they add at the deadline making a difference in the bullpen. Azalea goes 6.2, 207 K is good outing for him, but no run support on the Cubs side. David Bodie leading the way with a couple of hits, no runs. Going to the doubleheader, Blue Jays in the first one, shut out the Red Sox 1-0, and it's not a lot to say, honestly. It's pitcher's duel. Semien walked it off in the bottom of the 7th after Pivetta went 6 with no earned runs. Robbie Ray went 6 with no earned runs, both striking out 5. But Barnes, on his first pitch in the bottom of the 7th, throws one up for Semien to walk it off. But in the second game, we go on. The Red Sox win this one 2-1. Again, it's a 1-1 kind of very low-scoring pitcher's duel kind of game, and it's just Verdugo hitting his 11th home run of the season in that 6th inning, which breaks the deficit against Toronto. They were down 1-0, and he tied it up. And then in extras, Boston managed to score a run and then hold the Jays off. Jays got a guy to third with 1 out and just couldn't cash him in. Verdugo definitely led the way in this game with 3 hits and that 1 home run. Hoek goes 3.2, 1 and 6 Ks, so they pull him out. The bullpen gets it down. Ottavino's going to get the save, and Berrios, 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 6 Ks, and the no decision. He looked good again, and it's definitely going to be a big ad for the Jays. They missed an opportunity to go up 3-0 on Boston this weekend. Technically, if Boston wins today, they're going to split the series, so we'll see how that plays out. Athletics 12, Rangers 3. The Rangers did bounce out quick in that first inning. Aviles Garcia, 24th home run of the season, 2-run bomb gets them out to an early lead, but it was the bats of the Athletics that came awake on this night. 7 in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th, and 2 in the 5th. With Gomes, 11th home run, and Harrison, 7th home run. A bunch of guys near the middle, bottom of the lineup cashing in. Matt Olson, 4-hit, multi-RBI night. 4 RBIs coming off the bat of Gomes. Harrison, a couple RBIs, and Matt Chapman, even a couple RBIs himself. We see late in this game, Texas goes to a position pitcher, Brock Holt, to throw out that last 8th inning. So that's just the kind of game it was at that point. Irving goes 7, 2 earned runs, 4 Ks, just adding to the wonders of the Oakland rotation that's been lights out. And Athletics, I got to give them some credit. I discounted their fight a couple weeks ago, but this week they've definitely demonstrated they're going to fight their way for that last wild card spot. Phillies 5, Mets 3, And the Phillies jump out 4-0 here in that 5th inning. They have a big inning. Brad Miller leading the way again. He loves to wear the home run hats that Philly has. He's got 2 of them. He's up to 12 home runs now on the season. A couple of those days, multi-home runs. Herrera hits his 8th also in that 5th 3-run bomb. So that kind of goes to all the runs for the Phillies are coming off home runs. That's where I'm quickly going with this. Herrera, 2 hits, 3 RBIs on a 3-run bomb, and 2 solo shots for Brad Miller. It's all the runs they need. Mets try to chip away as they're being shut out going into the 9th inning, and we get Conforto pinch hit that leads things off with a home run. Villar then follows up with a home run, and McCann a home run. So back-to-back home runs in that 9th inning, but of course, way too late at that time. Miguel goes 4.24 and runs 5 Ks. Suarez goes 2.20 and runs 4 Ks. It's, again, a bullpen kind of game for the Phillies. And they pick up a huge win, so now they're 1.5 games over the Mets. And guaranteed after this weekend and power rankings time, they're going to be division leaders. Rays 12, Orioles 3. And the Orioles, again, they did have a lead on the Rays, but it's the late innings that always seem to get the Orioles. They give up 7 runs in the last 2 innings. Not that they were ahead at that point, but they had already let it slip away. But still, something of note that their bullpen is constantly getting pummeled. Wendell had 4 runs, 3 hits on the night, 2 hit, 5 RBIs for Brett Lowe. Cruz also multi-RBI nights, so all around the offense is just popping for the Rays. A bunch of guys getting 3 hit nights. Diaz, his 8th, Cruz his 23rd, and Lowe his 24th. While Franco, he's starting to join the party. He hits his 4th of the season. Cedric Mullins, the lone home run from the Baltimore Orioles, his 19th. Walken goes 6, 4 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. Like, it's an okay outing. But like I said, the bullpen comes in and just gets piled on. McClanahan goes 7, 3 and runs 8 Ks. Eating up a bunch of innings is exactly what the Rays want McClanahan to do in this situation, and he comes through for them perfectly. Tigers 2, Indians 1, and the Tigers bounce back again. At this point, I'm going to say the Tigers are going to pass the Indians by the end of the season in the standings. They're looking like 2 games back based on these numbers, something like that. And they did lose yesterday, but they bounced back with a good outing here, and it's their rotation that really steps up. A couple of key timely hits with Baddoo hitting an RBI when it's needed and a sac fly from short. But that's pretty much it. Ramos gets the solo run in that 9th inning for the Indians, but it's too late. Doesn't matter. Alexander goes 5.10 and runs 4 Ks, and he's starting to come into form. A young guy turning it on now that he had a couple of rough outings when he first started, but it's a good time for him. Soto gets his 13th save, and Morgan goes 7, 2 and runs 3 Ks in the loss with no run support. He's going to get a tough loss there. Reds 11, Pirates 3. So the Reds' offense is just coming to play in Pirate Town. Well, they're in American Ballpark, but against the Pirates, they've put up a ton of runs these past 2 nights. And they don't have to worry about their bullpen blowing a game. We have Jesse Winker with a 3-hit, 6 RBI night. I think that's the most RBIs we saw in the night. Why he made the thumbnail. 3 hits, 3 RBIs for Reynolds, who had a triple and a home run, his 19th of the season. But for the Reds, the home runs were plentiful. Castellanos, his 19th. Winker, his 23rd. Votto still going. Votto slowly just mashing. 23rd for him. Gutierrez goes 6, 1 and 6 Ks. Good outing for him. 7-3 now in the season. He's been somewhat inconsistent, but when he is on, he has been on. And the bullpen comes in, and they have a 1 inning where they give up a couple of runs, but that's about it. And Keller for the Pirates goes 5, 4 and runs 4 Ks. We've given up 1 home run, 7.06 ERA still for him. Houston getting a little bit of revenge after losing to the Twins yesterday in extras, and they shut him out while putting up a couple of runs themselves. Alvarez gets the only home run of the night. It's a solo shot. It's coming in that 4th inning to give them a 2-0 lead at the time. They add a couple more in that 8th inning. It was the bottom of the lineup that really cashed in here with Tucker, Diaz, and McCormick all having multi-hit nights and a couple of RBIs in there. And it was Garcia going 6, 0 and runs 8 Ks in the win. He's 8-6 on the season, and he's been quiet. You don't hear a lot of talk about Luis Garcia, obviously, being in Houston, being in a deeper part of the rotation. He's 3.29 season, definitely going under the radar for a lot of people. Pineda goes 6, 2 earned runs, 3 Ks in the loss, and of course, Houston, they bounce back here. Giants 9, Brewers 6. If you went on lunch break or whatever when this was 2-2 and going into extras, you missed out on what is that, 11 runs in 2 innings. So this one exploded real fast after being 2-2 in a very close game throughout. So far both games these guys have played have gone to extra innings. Brewers won the first one, Giants come through in this second one, and again it's I'm gonna get this one up. It's not Belt. It's Brandon Crawford comes through with, oh no, it was Bell. I was right. It was Bell. Bell comes through again when his team is down and hits a home run in that 4th inning to tie it back up. They were down 1-0, so again in the same spot when they're down 1-0, he comes through and hits a game-tying run. But this time the Brewers did answer back with some runs of their own. Escobar had a nice outing and a couple of hits, but didn't cash anyone in. It was the top of the lineup for the Giants that just mashed. Multi-hit nights for the top 5. Bryant, 3-hit RBI night, couple of walks. So he was on base 5 times, making a big difference, showing that he's such a big ad for them. And Brandon Belt, like I said, 2 home runs in this game, one in that 4th that tied it up, and another one in extras in the 11th, a 2-run bomb after they had exchanged 3 runs in the 10th, back and forth. So Aaron Sanchez making a start in this one, 2 innings pitched, 1 run, 1 K. He's still, I guess, not quite stretched out coming back from injury. 46 pitches in this outing and only going 2. I think the idea is probably once they go to the postseason, he's going to come out of the pen. I would guess Woodruff on the other side goes 6, 1 run, 8 Ks. Both these guys going to get the no decision. And then the fiasco of extra innings just happens, and Milwaukee falls out of that one. Cardinals 5, Royals 2, and this is the Battle of Missouri, of course. Cardinals seem to have the number so far, picking up a couple of wins here. It's 2-2 before the Cardinals went up in the bottom of the 4th and 5th and added some runs. Arenado in that 5th inning hit a solo shot, his 22nd of the season. The Cardinals, I guess, like if they go on a big enough run, they can get their name back in the conversation. But until that happens, we're not going to be talking about it. Brady Keller goes 5 earned runs, 5 Ks. Keller's been all over the place. Every once in a while, he has an amazing game, but we see a lot of games like this from him this season. And for the Cardinals, Kim goes 4, 2 earned runs, 3 Ks. They don't even send him out for that 5th inning after 83 pitches. And we see Gallegos come in for his 2nd save of the season. I guess we don't see Reyes. He might have just been out from the game before. Nationals 3, Braves 2. So the Braves had a chance to make up more ground on the Mets after the Mets had lost. They were up 2-0. And then I don't know what it is. The Nationals are playing some back and forth baseball with every team they've played lately. And again, in this 9th inning, they're down 2-0. And they find a way to score it off. And it's Adams who comes in at the bottom of the lineup here and hits his first home run of the season, a 2-run bomb off of Will Smith, which gives the Nationals a lead. They were down 2-1 at that time, so that pumped them to 3-2. And then, of course, Finnegan comes in and closes the door, first 3rd save of the season. Gray goes 5, 1 run, 10 Ks. So what an outing by this guy. He's definitely making his mark a little bit. Charlie Morton goes 6, 0 earned runs, 7 Ks for the Braves. And I said it yesterday, they can't break the 2 above 500. So if the trend is continuing, they're going to go down. They'll lose today. They'll go back to 500 and then back below 500 if they're not going to break their trend, which at this rate doesn't look like they're going to. Rockies 7, Marlins 3. So this game obviously doesn't mean a lot in the overall picture of the MLB, but if we take a look at the power rankings, it means a lot. The Rockies now won back-to-back against the Marlins, and they really have smashed them. Both games, they've got out to huge leads early and gave up a couple runs late, but it didn't matter. I guess the Marlins piled on 4 runs in that 7th inning with a little bit of Brad Anderson, Alfaro getting some RBIs in there, but they're already down big deficit at that point. No home runs, believe it or not, between these two teams at Coors Stadium. I guess if the Marlins are involved, it's not a huge surprise, but Gomber goes 6, 0 runs, 9 Ks. It's a great outing for Gomber. The Arenado trade's starting to look like they knew a little bit of what they're doing other than everything else that happened on the trade deadline this season. But Gomber has definitely been a big addition for the Rockies. Luzardo making his outing for the Miami Marlins, the big return from the A's trade. He gives up 7 in this one, so 7.36 ERA. Not quite exactly what the Marlins were hoping for in that return from Starling Marte. Padres 6, Diamondbacks 2. Padres pick up a much-needed win. They really need to get some space between them and the Reds, which they didn't because the Reds won. They didn't make up any ground because the Giants win, the Dodgers win. They just need a win to stay alive, really, at this rate. 2-2 early in this game. They exchanged some runs in the first and second amongst each other. Machado hits his 21st of the season in that first inning, and in the second, Eric Hosmer hits his 9th. We have Christian Walker hitting his 5th as well off Darvish in that second, which kind of all these home runs going back and forth makes it 2-2. And then the Padres in that 8th inning pile on 4 runs, just generating them. Machado, Cronenworth, all these guys get involved. Myers for a nice big 8th inning. Widener goes 5, 207 Ks. Good outing for him. And Darvish, 7 innings pitched, 200 runs, 12 Ks. If it wasn't for Darvish, the Padres would be buried this season with their rotation, because he's pretty much the only one that is delivering what was expected in the offseason trades. Dodgers 5, Angels 3. Dodgers, again, like I just touched on it, they maintain pace with the Giants. They're still 4 games out, so the Giants have padded a little bit of a lead here, and the Dodgers need to find a way to win when the Giants lose, and so far that has not been the case as of late. Dodgers got out to a 2-0 lead early before the Angels pile on a couple of runs themselves with Iglesias, Gonsolin, and Suzuki getting a couple hits there and right in the middle. This looks like a night where Ohtani just got a day of rest, so they were playing without Ohtani. They were up 3-2, but it was Cody Bellinger coming up to bat in the 7th inning, hitting his 6th of the season that ties it up, and then in the 8th inning, Dodgers generate a couple more runs off the top of their lineup here. We see Trey Turner making his debut in there at the top of the lineup. Trey, Muncy, Betts, Seager, Justin Turner, Will Smith. What a lineup. You got to watch out if you're playing the Dodgers. Urias goes 5, 200 runs, 5 Ks. He's had an awesome season, always putting his team in a chance to win. Kept them close enough. They made the comeback late, and Kenley Jensen comes in for the 23rd save of the season. Barria goes 6, 300 runs, 5 Ks. He does leave the game with the lead intact. No, he did give up that home run to Bellinger, which ended up getting the lead. So they did put him out for the 7th. He gave up the home run, and they pull him. And then we see Gurria come in and get the loss. And, the Angels lose. And I think pretty much at this rate, they're 1 game above 500. We're not going to be talking too much more about them having a wild card race. It's going to be more about them playing spoiler really soon. But there you have it with 16 games yesterday. Sunday's going to be an action-packed game, and we're going to end the day, of course, with our channel's power rankings video that will come out tonight. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, because that will be firing your way. Otherwise, everyone, we will see you guys for that next video. Have a great Sunday. We'll see you later. Bye.